I'm Jake.
And Alex.
And it's Friday the 13th.
Again.
Once again.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a pretty Friday heavy year.
Seems like it was just yesterday.
And normally we do Cinema Snob Friday the 13th reactions, but the last one in February was for Freddy vs. Jason, the final official entry in the original series, and it feels a little, we film these videos usually in one day, back to back, and
That's a lot of Friday the 13th. Yeah.
so I thought for this, we'll do another Cinema Snob on the next Friday the 13th, but for today, we're going to react to someone who I've done before, but you've never seen. This is Chris Stuckmann. He's one of the most popular film reviewers on YouTube. He's like one of those go-to people you watch when a new movie comes out because he doesn't usually spoil too much.
Yeah.
And he's usually pretty straightforward. He's not a very energetic reviewer like, say, Cinema Snob, Nostalgia Critic, or Linkara. And he actually was on Channel Awesome for a while. But like a lot of folks, he left back in 2018. And this review, which came out earlier this year, is him covering the original Friday the 13th from 1980.
Okay.
The one that started it all before it became the iconic hockey mask killer franchise we know today. You ready to see?
All right, yeah, let's do it.
He's got a lot of good classic movie memorabilia.
Yeah.
Great poster.
Friday the 13th. You may only see it once.
Old
That
school.
will be enough.
Great trailer. Love this.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th.
That made me jump the first time I saw it.
Welcome to the 13th annual Halloween special. We have been doing this for a minute and I would not miss this for the world. Of course, I have got to talk about some of my favorite scary movies this October. I am so excited. This is going to be so much fun. I don't know if I'll be able to do as many as I usually do this month, but I am definitely going to do a few. This is going to be a blast. And because
Love the video store layout.
Yeah, I like it.
special, I figured it was finally time to talk about a movie I, believe it or not, have never reviewed, Friday the 13th. A group of teenage camp counselors attempt to reopen an abandoned summer camp with a tragic past, but they are stalked by a mysterious, relentless killer. If you've never seen the original film, this review is going to contain some spoilers. You have been warned.
Duly noted.
Friday the 13th became
In a
a
few years.
franchise out of sheer
Safe.
will alone. It's one of the very few franchises that didn't really come into its own until later. Usually, the first film in a franchise is so successful and so great
Yeah.
that everybody loves it. The
They
rest
just
of the
live
films
off
are
of
just
it.
trying to catch up and figure out how that first film did it. It's very rare that a franchise figures out what it wants to do later. There are only a handful: Fast and the Furious, or perhaps the original Mad Max. The first Mad Max movie is pretty good, but Road Warrior is so much better, and Fury Road is even better than that. Jason in a hockey mask carrying a machete is synonymous with the Friday the 13th franchise, but you wouldn't know that if you watched the first or even the second film. He doesn't even don his famous hockey mask until part 3.
Yeah.
In this film, the killer is off-screen for almost the entire film, and even the name Jason isn't uttered until over an hour into the movie. You have no idea what this backstory is, who Jason was, or what his purpose in the story is. And if you've seen the original film, you know his purpose in the story is minimal. This film came out in 1980 after John Carpenter's masterpiece, Halloween, and 100% cashed in on that by making so much money on a fairly small budget. This movie had a budget of about $550,000, and it earned nearly $40 million at the domestic box office, with a worldwide gross of almost $60 million, which is why it's no surprise that there are like 50 Friday the 13th movies. This film's made so much money, but it's also blessed with terrific makeup effects by the legendary Tom Savini, and a killer score with a classic theme that also does a lot of heavy lifting throughout the movie, even beyond that theme. For me, my favorite entries in this franchise are the sillier ones. Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives, Freddy vs. Jason, or even Jason X. I like the movies that don't take this franchise too seriously. Although the first film is undeniably quaint and nostalgic, and watching it around this time of year when it starts to get cooler in the Midwest, it feels right. If you find yourself bundling up more when you go outside, if you're wearing warmer clothes, watching Friday the 13th is absolutely enhanced by the vibes of spooky season. And this film didn't necessarily create many of the slasher tropes that became so popular in slasher movies of the 80s, but it certainly set them in stone. Characters that have sex or do drugs or smoke are probably going to be the first to be killed. And later in the movie, Mrs. Voorhees, played by Betsy Palmer, says that kids who are out there having sex is the reason her son drowned and wasn't saved. And so she seems to have a bit of a vendetta against anyone who has premarital sex. But it's not just those people who she kills. She pretty much kills everybody in the whole movie, save for one person, the final girl. The filmmakers later said they didn't really intend for that to be the idea, and the movie is just a slasher movie, and you're not supposed to take it that seriously. But if you watch the opening scene alone, you have characters who are sitting around singing a song and seeming very innocent, while two other people having sex are killed. So whether that was the intention or not, it definitely came through between this film and the original Halloween. Something else that's always fun to see whenever I rewatch.
Almost makes you think slashers are Christian propaganda.
One of his earliest roles, and he has been quoted as saying that he is often asked to sign pictures of his death scene, maybe even more so than anything else he's been involved in. What's also interesting is the idea that Victor Miller, the writer of the movie, essentially said that he was trying to invert the formula of Psycho. If you have never seen Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, this is also the spoiler for that movie.
Oh, come on.
Okay, it's a
I
great
think there's been
movie.
enough time.
But in that movie, it's of course revealed that Norman Bates is dressing up like his mother and killing people. And at the end of Friday the 13th, Jason Voorhees' mother is pretending kind of to be him, taking on a bit of Jason's personality, becoming...
No, she
One thing about the film
kind of
that
has a
works
split
very well,
personality.
it has always kind of felt like a bit of a cheat, is the reveal that Mrs. Voorhees is the killer. And it feels like a cheat because we've never met her before. She's not in the beginning of the movie waving to the kids as they go into town. She's not somebody at a restaurant. She doesn't greet them or bring them supplies at any given time in the movie. She shows up and is revealed to be the killer. It's kind of like making a whodunit, wondering who the murderer is, and literally never meeting the murderer until they introduce themselves as the murderer. Of course, there's no way to predict that because we've never met this character before, but it does result in a rather shocking reveal. Also, of course, iconic about this film is its jump scare ending, with Jason popping out of the water. This, of course, was heavily inspired by a scene in Brian De Palma's Carrie. The first time I saw that was on the Bravo Network's 100 Scariest Movie Moments of All Time, back in like 2004, I think. Friday the 13th is not a perfect movie. It's a fairly conventional slasher movie, but it absolutely has a place in slasher history. I think it came out at the perfect time. I wouldn't watch this movie if you've never seen it expecting something as good as Carpenter's Halloween, but as I already stated, it is a very nostalgic movie, and it is not without its share of fun. So guys, look forward to more videos in the 13th annual Halloween special. I'm going to have such a good time doing these videos with you, and I also want to let you know, even though you probably already do, my film, Shelby Oaks, is coming out very, very soon.
Oh, yeah.
It's an independent film, 100% grassroots. We made this movie through our blood, sweat, and tears. We worked so hard to make a film not knowing where it would end up, and it is going to be in theaters. This is genuinely a dream come true, and I hope that you guys can go out to a theater and see this movie and support indie film. Thank you guys so much for your support. As always, I hope you guys do check out the movie on opening weekend. And as always, if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.
That's his catchphrase. Almost sounds like a sexual assault, but hey, what can you do?
I don't know if it works, but...
So that was Chris Stuckmann.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think of him?
It was good. The pacing was good, and I mean, he gets into some detail without kind of getting bogged down, so
Yeah.
I liked his approach.
Yeah, he's generally a short, sweet, to the point reviewer.
Yep.
He explains what he has to, gives his opinions, but usually at a decent amount of length. Most of the time his reviews are about getting you interested, maybe to see it in the cinema.
Yeah.
This
Because there's not a ton of clips. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a classic movie.
Yep.
And I think with Chris, because there's a lot of people that don't like him because he does not get that negative these days.
Mhm.
So I guess the thing you could say about him is he's maybe a little too polite.
Maybe it's just the films he picks. He never picks ones that he dislikes. I don't know.
But overall, he's a pleasant, easy person to listen to.
Yeah. Yep.
I love his layout with the shelves.
Yeah, that's classic.
And the thing with Friday the 13th, first, do you like the original?
I do. Yeah, I like those original Friday the 13th. Yeah.
I love a lot of the Friday the 13th, but I'll be honest, I went back and rewatched the original, the first one, where Mrs. Voorhees the killer.
Yeah.
And honestly, I thought it was kind of boring.
Yeah.
Like, the first time you watch it, it is a mystery.
Yeah.
But it's one of those movies where once you know the twist, it doesn't have much, for me, rewatchability.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair.
And his comment about how she wasn't there before, her reveal as the killer is a shock because you would never expect it to be a 50-something woman.
Right.
Although it is questionable that she could pull all this stuff off, like heft a dead body into a rafter on a 10-minute time frame.
Sure. Yeah. But it's got a little bit of a Hitchcock feel to it, you know?
I suppose, and especially the music.
Yeah.
And the ending, the jump scare ending, was apparently Tom Savini's idea.
Mm-hmm.
And originally, from what I read, it was not meant to tease a sequel. It was just meant to scare you.
Oh, okay.
But they rolled with it, and
Iconic scene.
Next film had Baghead Jason.
Mm-hmm.
And then in number 3, the 3D one, we got the hockey mask.
Yeah.
The early ones are definitely my favorite.
Yeah.
And
A lot of nostalgia there.
while it is fucking stupid as shit, Jason X is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Because that movie was aware it was silly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought this was a good change of pace after doing the cinema snob for so many years.
Yeah.
Like I said, I like Chris. He's a pleasant guy.
Yeah.
And as he hinted at the end, 2025, he did have a movie come out.
Did you ever see it?
I might by the time this video goes up.
Okay.
I unfortunately couldn't catch it when it was in theaters for 2 reasons. One,
Limited.
it didn't come to my town.
Yeah.
And 2, I spent the time it got released, I was busy proofreading a novel, Skinamax by Brad Jones, available on Amazon now if you want to check it out. But yeah, he crowdfunded this movie like 2-3 years ago. They got over $1 million.
Nice.
They got some legit actors of Hollywood to be in it, including like horror legend Keith David, and got a theatrical release. Some people have had mixed reactions, but I'll reserve judgment till I see it.
Okay.
I'm really curious what Stuckmann is like as a filmmaker, and I'm glad you enjoyed him.
Yeah. He used to work on Stuckmanized, but other than that,
Well, he's been
it's
doing
all
it.
good. Yeah.
Been doing it for like 15 years.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna change it now. But anyway, happy Friday the 13th, and see you in November, I think.
All right. Enjoy.